Hey, you seen that Legally Blonde 2 yet?
Nah, that's a chick flick, right? I don't watch chick flicks.
Man, that ain't no chick flick. I thought I was gonna die laughing at that last night. I gotta give you the DVD before we take it back to the store, man.
I never got into the whole DVD thing.
You serious?
Of course I'm serious. Why the heck should you pay an extra $10 for a movie that cost half as much to pack and half as much to ship as an old VHS tape, man?
I don't know. Picture quality? Extras?
Don't talk to me about extras. You really think I need a voiceover from some Hollywood cokehead telling us what he really meant the movie to be about? DVD's gotta be the biggest scam since they told us all to make the switch from vinyl to compact discs. Man, there's gonna be a backlash here. I can smell it.
The only thing you can smell is yesterday's calzone, buddy. You ever think to empty the trash before you lock up at night? Beautiful. You're gonna have to call the cops again, Mario. We got another psycho sleeping in the trash.
What's he saying? He trying to talk under that mask?
Who cares? I think he's mumbling something. But he's totally out of it, man. You better not touch him in case he's some kind of junkie.
Get back in the store. Close the doors.
What?
I think he's trying to warn you about something.
Go! For a fraction of a second, I wonder what normal people do on Sunday mornings.
Big deep breath, Parker!
Are they blinking at their radio alarms? Are they nuzzling into their wives? Are they having their ribs broken by some old friend of the family dressed up in a rubber costume? Or is that just me? 4 hours ago, this lunatic friend of the family was holding 18 people hostage in a church and promising to gas them unless his demands were met. But he didn't want money. Cash would be too obvious for a crowd pleaser like the Green Goblin. Likewise, drugs, helicopters, and South American passports. What he wanted was me on live television sticking a steak knife in my stomach and forfeiting my guts for the benefit of the great American public. Naturally, I didn't comply, and well, we've been breaking each other's bones ever since. Who's your daddy now, Mr. Osborn? Who's your daddy now, huh? So much for this truce we were supposed to have going. So much for this stalemate we agreed upon. I got bored, he whined with the biggest grin a human face could ever pull. Life's a drag unless I'm pounding your head, little Parker. Something heavy, something heavy, something heavy. The mailbox, Spider-Man! Hit it with the mailbox! Ooh! What do you mean, ooh? If I hadn't hit him with something big and heavy, he'd have killed everybody.
Hey, take it easy, man. I'm not judging you or anything. All I'm saying is you could have knocked him out without brain damaging the guy.
You! Get away from those pumpkins! Those are his homemade bombs!
What?
Oh my god! Man, what's wrong with you? I told you not to touch that!
You gotta fly me to a hospital, Spider-Man. I got all the little bits stuck up my legs, and they feel like friggin' razor blades, man!
But I can't fly! God, I can hardly even walk after the kicking that idiot gave me. Maybe somebody could use their cell phone and call an ambulance or something?
Forget the ambulance. I'm calling the cops on you and your stupid friend, Spider-Man.
What? Hey, it's okay. Cancel the call, man. Here they come, right on top for a change.
Not such a smart guy now, Spider-Man. Not such a smart guy when they throw you in jail, huh? Hey, where'd he go?
Swear to God, that lunatic's brain damaged this poor guy.
Believe it or not, this all started as a nice Chinese meal, and my wife and I helping my aunt move out of the house.
Oh my God. There he is outside now and looking like a dog's breakfast.
Aunt May, can you help me out with a little money for the cab? I think I lost my wallet somewhere and this guy says he needs $35.
Oh, Peter. I thought you said you'd call in situations like this. Mary Jane and I were worried sick. We didn't know if you were alive or dead.
Jeez, Tiger. You're crazy, you know that? Is it true what they said on the news? Is it true you finally got Osborn busted?
Kitchen. Sorry. Need to get to the kitchen.
What?
Oh, God. Is it bad? Should we take him to the hospital?
No, it's okay. He's tougher than he looks. All he needs is some painkillers and a chance to let his body fix itself up again. What's the strongest thing you've got?
I think I've got some Tylenol in here, but I could run down to the drugstore if he needs anything stronger.
No, just give me the Tylenol. Tylenol's fine. But I'm going to need a dozen of them. I always need half the bottle when it's this bad.
But it says on the bottle you're only supposed to take 2 every 4 hours.
It's okay, May. He knows what he's doing. It's like this almost every other night, to be honest. Anything less and he doesn't get any effect at all. God, Osborn really did a number on you last night, huh? What are these big marks on your side? It looks like an animal bit you or something.
No, Norman's just got pretty big teeth, Mary Jane.
Oh, don't, Peter. I know I can't stop you from getting into these fights, but I don't want to see what they're doing to you out there.
It said on the news that psychopath had 18 hostages tied up in Trinity Church. You managed to save them all?
Yep.
Even the little girl he had hanging off that big church bell?
Yeah, but I might have dislocated my shoulder when I swung down to catch her. It really hurts when I try to make a fist.
I love you, you know that? You drive me out of my mind, but I just absolutely love you, Peter.
Oh God, I forgot to start the videotape.
What videotape?
CNN always runs the best helicopter footage after a supervillain arrest, and they'll be running Mr. Osborn now. They're also very good for eyewitness testimonies. I love to hear what people say after they've seen you fighting.
But I thought you hated me doing this stuff.
Oh, I do. But I'd hardly be much of an aunt if I didn't tape my famous nephew finally bringing down Harry's old father. Now would I?
Hey, what are you doing with these Iron Man videos?
It's that little mustache, sweetie. Don't you think he looks just like Ronald Coleman? I really wish you'd just head home and get some rest, Peter. The movers can help me box this stuff up.
Not a chance, Aunt May. I don't want strangers touching all your private stuff. Hey, is this your old engagement ring from Dr. Octavius?
Anna Watson keeps saying I should auction it on eBay, but I think that would be such a betrayal of trust, don't you think?
Well, yeah, Dr. Octopus being such a sensitive guy.
It's strange. Everybody kept telling me to move when Ben was killed, but I just couldn't have done it then. They said every time I walked into the living room, I'd just see him lying there, bleeding on the carpet. But that honestly never happened. If I walked into the bedroom, I'd see him lying on the covers, listening to his radio. If I walked into the kitchen, I'd see him smoking a cigarette and making one of his terrible potato omelets. Lord, if I walked into the bathroom, I'd even see him standing there doing a pee. Remember how he'd always leave that damn door lying open?
Yeah.
No, the good memories definitely outweigh the bad in this house, I'm delighted to say.
You sure you want to go ahead with the move, Aunt May? I mean, I could talk to the landlord again if you're having any second thoughts here.
No, this place should be a family home again, Peter. I think it's time to let another young couple appreciate the old bricks and mortar. Don't you?
Well, a month from now, you won't be able to imagine living anywhere besides Manhattan, Aunt May. That said, living so close to me and Mary Jane means you're gonna have to clean up that act of yours, little lady.
What do you mean?
As in, no more drunken college guys at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, Peter, what kind of men would be interested in an old hag like me?
It'll be weird to finally give up my old room, though. I never actually told you this before, but I always loved the fact you never changed a thing in here. All I had to do was walk through that door and I could travel back to a time when my biggest worry was waking you up as I crawled in the window. You know, I used to check the glass for footprints every morning before I left for school. And you wouldn't believe the money I spent on air freshener to hide the smell of web fluid.
You're a very special boy. You know that, Peter? Thank you for asking me to come and live beside you.
It's gonna be just like the old days, Aunt May. Believe me, moving you into this new apartment's gonna be the smartest thing we've done in years. Okay, so the human bowels make a noxious smell whenever anyone emits a gas. Enough already. Now if you'd all be so kind to open your books where we left off last time, and we can start by going over the difference between diffraction and refraction.
It true you used to be famous, Mr. Parker?
Excuse me?
Humberto says you used to be some kind of ace photographer, worked for the Bugle and got all their Spider-Man pictures and stuff. Is that true?
And what makes you think I used to be a famous photographer, Humberto?
Google your name and got 1,500 responses, man. Some big agency got all your old pictures and say you gotta pay cash and stuff if you want to use them for anything.
Yeah, saw the free tour on that site, man. Spider-Man kicking Electro in the nuts. Spider-Man fighting that Dr. Octopus guy with those big steel arms and stuff.
It's true you get some kind of royalty every time those pictures are used somewhere, Mr. Parker?
Unfortunately, that's not true, Franklin, and to be honest, I don't think it's any of your business either.
The hell he need royalty for, man? Parker's married to a goddamn supermodel, jackass. Guy's gotta be a millionaire.
He ain't married to Mary Jane no more. It said on EW she moved to LA to kickstart her movie career.
Nah, that was just a trial separation, and the movie stuff all fell through. She's back living with Mr. Parker, and they got a place uptown.
Pardon me for interrupting, but do you people always run a background checks on your new teachers?
Oh yeah, lonely teachers looking for a date is a scream, too. But what you really gotta see is the freaky pics Mr. Marsh put up on one of those.
Telephone call for you, Mr. Parker.
Thank you, Mr. Marsh.
City Council on the line, and it doesn't sound like jury duty, buddy. Wish I could say this kind of thing was rare, sir. But I'm afraid these random acts of vandalism happen more often than anyone would care to admit. That said, it is unusual for kids to just single out one specific headstone like this. It's probably just a rotten fluke this turned out to be your father's burial plot.
Uncle.
What?
Ben Parker was my uncle. I never actually knew my real father. He died when I was just a little kid.
Well, at least you know that all this is nothing personal, sir. I mean, whoever did this was probably still messing his diapers when your uncle was up and around.
Has anyone contacted my aunt?
Actually, we tried to call Miss Parker before we called your school, but the operator said she'd just moved into the city and the phone line hadn't been installed yet. Do you maybe have a cell phone number?
Just a second. This is probably her now. Aunt May?
Not even close, Spider-Man. Nice job finally bringing in the Green Goblin, by the way. But how much of a nerve does that shyster have charging you with aggravated assault, huh? You know society's going down the drain when they can't even tell between deranged criminal sociopaths and altruistic super hobbyists.
I'm sorry, I think you've made a mistake here.
Oh, please. Let's be adults about this, Parker. Wasn't defiling your uncle's grave enough? Do I really have to do something truly awful here?
What do you want?
I just want you to realize how bad things can get very, very quickly when something as simple as your real name falls into the wrong hands, Spider-Man.
What are you talking about?
Care for a wheat cake, sweetie?
Mr. Parker, is everything okay, sir?
I'm sorry, I've just had a family emergency and... I'm sorry.
Listen, no good moaning to me about it, lady. Not a lot I can do if the Avengers are trying to take down some clown up on the Long Island Expressway. Radio says all roads are closed from... Judas H. Priest! What the hell was that?
Spider sense tingles as 1,000 pair of eyes catch a glimpse of me in street clothes. But there isn't time to give a damn. Just have to hope I'm flea jumping around too fast to be anything more accurate than average height, average build, and brown hair at the worst. For a fraction of a second, I wonder what other people get called at work for. Their apartment got flooded, their kid got sick at school, their secret identity's just been figured out by a guy with a voice like cut glass? Or is that just me again? Please don't let me be too late. Please don't let it be my fault that another one of my family is lying there twitching and shivering on the carpet. Aunt May! Oh my god. Mary Jane, I want you to go.
Not a chance. I'm not leaving you behind at a time like this.
Please, just get in the cab. The longer we spend standing around arguing, the more danger you're in. You know my spider sense doesn't work well in the rain.
No way, Peter. It's out of the question.
MJ, would you listen to me for a second? Would you listen to what I'm saying? This isn't the lizard on the loose again. This isn't the rhino robbing a bank here. One of those psychopaths have figured out who I am. Do you understand what that means? He knows where I live, he knows where I work, and he's already got Aunt May. Now please, I know you mean well. I know you're only trying to help, but the best way you can support me here is by getting on that plane and disappearing for a while.
But Peter, if he was coming after me, don't you think he'd have already?
Mary Jane, would you please stop arguing with me?
Okay, but I feel like such a louse leaving you alone like this.
On my own's the safest way to work.
You promise me you'll be careful?
I'm always careful. Now I'll call you tonight and make sure everything's okay. Don't forget to pay cash when you check into your hotel. And don't give anyone your real name. You understand?
You're gonna find her, aren't you, Peter? I mean, this is all just another one of those weird things that happens to us, right? Tell me it's not as bad as it looks.
I'm a superhero, MJ. It's never as bad as it looks. Okay, Parker. Stay cool. Like you actually believe what you said back there. There's no use to anyone if you're freaking out like a newbie. Just stay cool. Call the school and let them know you're going to be off work for the next couple of weeks. No sense risking the kids in this situation. Now call Aunt May's friends and come up with some flame-proof excuse why she took off, without telling a soul where or when she was going on this surprise vacation of hers. A gift from me and MJ, perhaps? A lottery win? God, I feel like a murderer covering my tracks. I call the cops and my secret identity's in tatters. I try to solve this mystery by myself, and there's every chance in the world I'll fail to find this creep in time. Ordinary people have 911 for situations like this. Who the hell do super people call in emergencies?
Snatched from her apartment? Jesus. You know I'm no angel, Peter. But there's a line even black cats don't cross. You don't try to peek under the masks, and you don't use people's families against them. Poor old May must be, what, 70 by now?
Listen, I just need to know if you can help me, Felicia. Nobody else really knows the secret, and you being here would double my chances. What do you say? Can you come over?
God, you know I'd be there like a shot. But I'm working on my own missing persons down here in Florida, baby. The soonest I'd be up's tomorrow night.
Felicia, please! I have no one else to help me here.
Okay. Listen, I'll try to find a flight for first thing in the morning. But in the meantime, it might be an idea to just make a list of everyone who knows the secret. There's Venom, right? Eddie Brock, he knows who you are. Then there's me, your Aunt May, Mary Jane, and...
Oh my god. Osborn. What have you done, Osborn?
Security. It seems we have a breach at cell 45.
He's on a toilet break. Now answer the question before I kick my way in there and break your neck, man. What the hell have you done with her?
I'm sorry, Peter, but I'm afraid you'll have to spit those words out a little more specifically.
What have you done with my Aunt May?
She's disappeared? Now that's interesting. And you're assuming, of course, that someone in the supercriminal community's behind it. Wouldn't that be funny? That would mean Uncle Ben and Aunt May's blood would be all over those cobweb little hands. Not to mention the dead blonde you used to dance with, Parker?
Just shut up and tell me where she is, Osborn!
Oh, surely you aren't accusing me of this, boy. I understand you're in a fragile place right now, and probably not thinking clearly, but I'm hardly in a position to kidnap anyone, even an old lady who reeks of ammonia. Unless, of course, I shared a little secret with a mutual acquaintance.
What?
Oh, surely you didn't think I'd always be a nice guy and keep your street name to myself, did you? It's pretty obvious what's happened here. I just told a friend that if you ever succeeded in tossing me in jail, I wanted him to kidnap, torture, and execute your oldest living relative. It's nothing personal, of course. I just have to keep my grisly reputation up to speed with all the other little lunatics who are crawling out of the woodwork these days. Then again, there's an excellent chance that I'm just taking advantage of a good boy in a bad situation. You know, telling lies to make this all the more painful for you, Parker.
What?
Oh, this is funny. I could keep this up all night. I really could.
When I look at you these days, I can't even tell if you're wearing your mask anymore, Osborn.
And when I look at you, I see an itsy bitsy spider that doesn't know where to turn. Happy hunting, little man. Enjoy your leak, Officer Jankowitz.
Who does a superhero call when he's in trouble? The answer, I guess, is a gang of superheroes. Although I've always felt like the Avengers didn't like me very much. But they could put me in touch with S.H.I.E.L.D. That's all that matters now. Nick Fury could find a virgin in Arkansas. Hello? I need to speak to Captain America, please.
Oh, certainly, sir. Do you have an appointment to see him?
Well, no, not exactly, but I've got a serious situation here and I need some heavy-duty help.
And whom should I say is at the door?
Just tell him it's Spider-Man.
The Amazing Spider-Man?
Yeah, listen. I know you must have idiots showing up and doing this all the time, but it really is me, Jarvis. Could you hit the buzzer and let me in? I'm getting soaked out here.
Well, if it's really such a downpour, sir, why don't you just whip yourself up a little Spider-Man umbrella?
Jarvis, please, don't make me do this the hard way. Just tell Cap to come out. You don't even need to let me in.
Good night, young sir. I hope your frat house friends find this a little more amusing than those security people making their way towards you.
Wonderful. Maybe if I was naked, this could be a little more embarrassing.
I think the picture should really instill a sense of national security, Miss Leibowitz. You know, like the ones you took of Dick and George when they were plotting the war in Iraq.
I'm open to anything except another damn group shot with Captain America standing in the middle, holding up his shield again, Mr. Stark. Even Time's picture editor felt that image had been thoroughly devalued through constant repetition. I really want to go for something more... What's this? A fire drill?
No, it sounds like someone's broken into the mansion. Darling, lock yourself in the study here, and I'll double back for you later.
Out of the question, Mr. Secretary. As long as you're out of your Iron Man armor, you're under S.H.I.E.L.D. jurisdiction.
We're taking you to the nearest panic room, sir.
What's going on, boys? Who is it?
We don't know, sir, but my God!
It's through the mansion's primary defenses and making its way down to level 2. Control's saying we're safer taking the back stairs. Come on!
Anybody got a visual yet?
Nothing. It's moving too fast. Hawkeye and Scarlet Witch tried to cut it off outside the level 2 kitchens, but...
What? It's here. It's down here on the ground floor. And that means Ant-Man's the only active Avenger between you, me, and whatever the hell this thing is, Mr. Secretary.
Well, it's been a pleasure working with you, gentlemen.
No, wait. There's somebody else. Turns out Quicksilver was just a few miles away judging an art competition at the X-Mansion. They're saying Captain America's in the building now, too.
Thank God.
Now give me one good reason why I should pull this punch, you sweaty little urchin.
Because I didn't come here looking for a fight. All I did was show my face and those idiots started shooting at me, Quicksilver. I need to speak to Captain America. Some supervillains figured out who I am and he's already kidnapped one of my family. Don't you get it?
Stand down, Pietro. Let's hear what this gentleman has to say before things get any more out of hand.
Oh, look at the state of this place. 46 rooms in the house, and you managed to put them for the one wall with all my newspaper clippings. Nice going, genius.
Drop dead, redneck. How dare you speak to me like that in front of my sister?
Cap, listen. You know I wouldn't even be here unless it was an emergency. But somebody out there snatched my aunt, and I really need to talk to Fury about it.
Oh my God, did one of our security guys just shoot you in the arm?
Yeah, it's just a flesh wound, honestly.
Isn't this something we could help you with, Spider-Man? I only ask because Nick's in a parallel reality for the next 7 days and can't get a signal on his cell phone.
Well, you know, Fury already knowing my secret identity and everything just makes it all a little less complicated than you guys helping me out.
What are you talking about? Nobody here's going to ask you who you are. To be honest, I'm not even that interested.
Yeah, but I've already said it's my aunt that's gone missing. And my secret identity being out there is the reason I got into this mess in the first place, right?
God, if you could only hear yourself, Spider-Man. The whole secret identity thing just sounds so archaic when you've actually come clean with everyone.
Easy to say when you're a trillionaire with bodyguards.
Actually, going public didn't affect me either. In fact, not having to maintain 2 separate lives has actually been very liberating.
Hey, I'm sure I'd feel exactly the same way if I'd been born in 1923.
And what do you mean by that?
Well, you know, everybody you knew growing up must be kinda deceased by now, right? I mean, it's not like you going public is going to put any childhood sweethearts in danger.
Oh, for God's sake, are you trying to be insulting here?
Listen, I'm sorry. This is all coming out the wrong way. I'm tired, I'm stressed, and I'm worried about my aunt, okay? I'm starting to realize I'm wasting my time.
Spider-Man, wait a second. I'm sure we can figure something out. Spider-Man?
God, I feel terrible about this. But what are we supposed to do if he won't even tell us who he's looking for?
Oh man, he's broken that statue we got for beating Scorpio too, Hawkeye. That was the one time anybody ever gave me anything.
Mary Jane says I've got a really bad attitude when I'm around other superheroes. But how can I spill my guts to some guy that built a helmet so he could talk to ants? The truth is, being around super jocks just makes me feel like I'm back in high school again, and looking at everyone through thick glass lenses. Why am I only truly comfortable when I'm surrounding myself with freaks? Any idea why the good guys got more security than the bad guys these days, Owl?
Perhaps we just need a little less protecting, Spider-Man. Would you care for a glass of Chateau Margaux, incidentally? Someone from the Latvian embassy sent me a bottle from their Jefferson collection. It's really quite exquisite. Do you think they're trying to build bridges with my new order here? Do you think that means they've spotted my potential as a visionary up-and-comer? Since my clever lawyer got me off on that tiny technicality.
Weird. How did you know I only dropped by to stroke your feathers and tell you how clever you were?
What do you want, Spider-Man?
Kidnapped victim in her early 70s by the name of May Parker. She was snatched from her apartment in Alphabet City less than 24 hours ago, and I have my suspicions a costume was involved.
Nothing to do with me, I assure you.
No, but since the Kingpin went down, you're probably the most connected individual on the Eastern Seaboard. And if anyone can help me find this woman, it's you.
And why exactly should I help you, Spider-Man? This isn't a charitable trust I'm running here.
Because I'll owe you, Owl. And for a fat little man with his eye on the Kingpin's empire, that's worth a lot more than some dusty old rejects from a wine collection.
Wait here while I make a few calls.
Jesus, my guts.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'll be fine. You just knocked the wind out of me, that's all. My stomach's still a little tender from an operation I had 18 months ago.
What kind of operation?
They found out I had Crohn's a while back and said I had to get a chunk of my colon cut away. I lost a lot of weight at the time, but they managed to keep the whole thing under control with steroids and stuff.
Do you really think it's a good idea for a guy with an autoimmune condition to be working as a bodyguard?
Oh, this isn't what I do for a living, Spider-Man. I just do this stuff at nights for a little extra money. I'm a fully qualified financial advisor during the day. You know, CFP registered.
Right. You sure you're okay? You don't want me to get you a glass of water or anything?
Honestly, I'm fine.
Electro and the Vulture.
What?
They're the ones you're looking for. They're the ones who kidnapped this old woman. Although I have no idea where they're hiding or what they actually require her for.
You sure about this? You're absolutely certain?
My sources are impeccable.
Thanks.
Oh, you're more than welcome.
I don't like this, Max. We're supposed to be lying low here. I thought we agreed we weren't even going to leave the hotel room until the wheelman picked us up.
Your non-stop gas and pay-per-view were driving me out of my mind, Adrian. Besides, the Russians are old friends. Sandman and I used to come down here all the time after a big hit.
Well, I just don't see the point of taking a chance like this when we're leaving in the morning anyway. Would you mind if I just waited back at the hotel by myself?
Come on, this could be your last night in New York for the next 5 years, man. What's the point of having $20 million in cash unless you have a little fun with it, huh?
Electro, it is so good to see you, my friend. How are you doing, eh? How is my good buddy doing these days?
Me? I'm supercharged as ever, Alexander. Supercharged as ever, man. You meet my friend the Vulture before? He's a really nice guy. A little shy, but a real sweetheart. You got anybody in tonight you think he might click with?
Oh, I think he got to meet Fedora, Electro. She just get over from beautiful St. Petersburg last month, and already big favorite with my customers. You like to give a nice try?
To be honest, I find this whole thing very distasteful and exploitative, Max.
What are you talking about? Vultures is supposed to be exploitative. Just shut up and try to have some fun for once in your life, huh? I take it you got my little order ready, old buddy.
Of course, Electro. Yekaterina has her mother stay with her for a few months. But as soon as she heard the big bad man was in town, she ordered a cab and come straight to see you.
How's it going, baby doll? You know how much Daddy missed you when he was away.
Wow. No offense to the young lady or anything, but I didn't think you'd actually go for the old Boris Yeltsin look.
Well, appearances can be deceptive, Birdman, especially when you're talking about a shape-changing mutant from the world-famous province of Chernobyl. One click of her fingers and little Yekaterina here can be anybody's body type. Right, babe?
So you like me to be tonight, Electro? Miss Sue Richards, perhaps? Invisible woman from Fantastic Four and beautiful wife of successful Dr. Reed? Or maybe you wish me to be the naughty Scarlet Witch, eh? Exotic Avenger with Eastern European flavor. You like to take Magneto's daughter into your bedroom tonight? Or perhaps you feeling adventurous, my lover? Perhaps you want aquatic love in hot tub with Marina from Atlantis, yeah? Former bride of the handsome Prince Namor?
Actually, I'm kinda in the mood to try something completely new here, Yekaterina. Those little role plays all sound great. My last couple of times up at Rikers really opened up a whole new side of myself I didn't even know existed until lately.
Just tell me who you like me to become, my boyfriend. Just say the word and you have 1 hour of pleasure with him.
You promise not to laugh?
You do not have to be shy boy around Yekaterina, Electro. Just tell me who you want, handsome guy. In X-Men, perhaps? Fin Fang Foom?
Well, between you and me, I've always fancied a crack at...
Oops, sorry to spoil the party, Romeo.
You wanna give the girl 2 minutes, Spider-Man?
What?
I said 2 minutes to let the girl get out of here. She's got nothing to do with any of this, and she's only gonna get hurt once you and me get started, right? What do you say?
Fine by me. You really think I'm that stupid, Electro? You really think I don't know you by now?
Spider-Man!
Where are you going, Mr. Toombs? Turn into the Vulture and help him, for God's sake!
It doesn't work that way, sweetheart. The wings are just a costume and they're back at the Helmsley anyway.
Vulture!
You're going nowhere, Toombs! Not until I find out why your dusty old hands are white-knuckled around that suitcase.
God almighty. Give me a hand here, Max. Hit him with 1,000 volts or something.
Adrian, you let go of that suitcase and you're the one getting Kentucky fried.
Ah!
Holy Mother of Jesus!
That was all the money we had, you idiot!
It's gone, Max. $20 million scattered, all across the neighborhood. What are we gonna do now?
I don't know, man, but I know what you're gonna do. You're gonna go back to get those wings, and then we're gonna crucify this clown. You understand what I'm saying here? No more fun and games, Adrian. We're gonna get down there and take Spider-Man apart for this.
20 million bucks? Is that what they were paid to snatch Aunt May? Does this mean there was someone else involved? What kind of third party would pay $20 million to kidnap a septuagenarian with a cocoa habit? This doesn't make any sense.
How do you like the new costume, Spider-Man? The chick who does my website had a friend redesign this for less than 3,000 bucks.
Really? And I thought you were the crook. Looks to me more like a queer eye for the straight guy anyway, dude.
Man, where do you get off saying my suit looks stupid? At least mine comes with insulated boots.
Wait, what?
What's the matter with you, huh? That actually hurt, you little runt. You got yourself way in over your head this time, Spider-Man. This was just between the bad guys. You shouldn't even be involved. You You wouldn't believe the stuff we get up to behind your backs. You wouldn't believe the stuff we do that the superheroes never even hear about.
No! Electro, leave those people alone. This is just between you and me, man.
Yeah? Who says? You think we're playing by the Marquis of Queensberry's rules or something? You just cost me and Toombs $20 million, and I don't know about Toombs, but I'm gonna take that out of your friggin' colon.
Max, stop! Don't do this!
Max, stop! Don't do this! Any idea how pathetic you sound sometimes?
There were kids in those cars, you piece of crap.
And you didn't think I was dangerous, huh? You didn't figure I'd even think of stuff like sparking the gas in the fuel tank and all sorts of crazy stuff like that. Well, prison gives you a lot of time to just sit around and talk about new ways you can use these freaky powers of ours, Spider-Man. Ionizing metal was Dr. Octopus's idea, by the way.
Oh my god.
Adrian? It's me. Listen, you gotta get down here, pal. This fight's going like a dream. Yeah, I know about the money, but I think he's got the flu or something. I'm completely kicking the crap out of him here, and you gotta get a piece of this before the cops show up. Nah, nobody's even appeared yet. That's the beautiful thing. I'd say we got another 5 or 10. What the hell are you talking about? You're not at the hotel. I thought you said you could fly at 100 miles an hour or something.
Not without the wings, I can't. That's why I had to go back to the room, genius. Without the wings, all I do is float, and the wind's completely against me here.
I didn't call for the weather report, Adrian. Just get yourself down here and help me finish him off, huh? I know I'll never hear the end of it if you don't get a few kicks and punches into this son of a... Oh, you little fuck, I'm gonna burn your face off for this. I'm gonna charge every atom in this room and leave you looking like an overcooked steak.
What was that about you using your brain more these days?
Oh,
Now where did you hide her, dirtbag? Where did you hide your hostage?
What?
May Parker.
Who?
Don't play games with me, Max. The owl told me you kidnapped the old woman. And unless you tell me where you put her, this fist is going right through your face, man.
Oh, God. You really are an idiot, you know that, Spider-Man? A complete and utter moron.
You think this is funny, you creep? What the hell's so damn funny?
You know the Kingpin used to be a movie producer in his spare time?
What?
Oh yeah, lots of big movies been backed by the mob over the years. Always has been, always will be. Not because they appreciate cinema or nothing, just because you get your cash dry cleaned by investing it in pictures sometimes, and you end up with a nice return. You remember that Chase movie last year with the Hollywood golden couple? The one that looked so damn sweet on paper, but just got laughed out of the theaters? Well, the Kingpin wasn't laughing. He was good for $20 million of that picture, and unless he got his money back, some famous heads were gonna roll. That's where me and the Vulture came in. They all sent us to collect the fat man's old debt, but me and Toombs had ourselves a little brainwave. Al was fresh out of jail. Al was just re-establishing himself and didn't have a decent gang together yet. What was stopping us from just disappearing with his $20 million?
Oh, God.
Damn right, oh God. Truth is, we've never even heard of this chick you're looking for, Spider-Man. Truth is, the owl just played you like a frickin' violin.
Fire a web! Fire a web! Come on, man! All you gotta do is hit the middle of your bomb and...
Hey! Jeez! Somebody wanna punch up 911 or something?
Male, 20s, victim of criminal electrocution followed by involvement in RTA. Trauma team required, possible neurosurgical and intensive care issue. Let orthopedics and the burns unit know what's happening to you, huh?
You hear who they got coming in with all these guys?
Man, I heard it was Paste Pot Pete from the Frightful Four. I already called my wife and promised I'd get a picture with that freaking loser.
Out of the way. Come on, clear a path. This guy's losing a lot of blood here, people.
Ah, jeez. The hell are you doing taking pictures, fat boy?
Whoa, sorry. Didn't realize there was a rule or anything, man.
The guy's as bad as he looks, Doc. Full thickness burns to his upper chest and shoulder, with early tissue edema and a fracture dislocation of his humeral head.
Just get him up on the table. I think he's gonna need a little intubation if his airways is compromised as it looks. You wanna get that silly mask off?
What are you talking about? You can't take his mask off. What about his secret identity?
What the hell are you, 9 years old? Just pass me the scissors before this guy chokes to death, Robinson. Stretchier than it looks, huh? Okay, now let's get down to business.
Hi, this is Mary Jane. Petey and I are out right now, but if you'd like to leave a message, we'll call you back the second we get home. Peter, it's me. Listen, I know there's no way you're going to be home this early, but I just wanted to let you know I'm catching the first flight back to New York in the morning. I've been stuck in this stinking motel all night, and I'm freaking out every time somebody even walks past the door, Tiger. It's horrible. This just feels like the worst one ever, and I don't want to be sitting here checking my email while you're going through hell and back looking for May. Besides, if I'd really been a target, they'd have snatched me instead of May, so it really doesn't matter whether I'm out here hiding in the sticks or... Oh my god.
Where 17 casualties, one of whom rumoured to be Spider-Man himself, are being treated right behind me here at the New York Methodist Hospital. Max Dillon, known as the supercriminal Electro, was also injured during this attack. However, police have yet to confirm reports that Dillon never reached the hospital.
I don't care whose fault it is. You know the procedure. Any super people brought in here get marked under assumed names, and a media blackout is our first priority. You see that little circus out there? You have any idea how many lives are now at risk from some half-baked Green Goblin knockoff, hoping to make a name for himself? I swear to God, if I find out you're the one who's been getting a kickback from the newspapers. The hell was that?
Out of my way, little man.
Ugh! Oh my God, what's going on in there?
I don't know, sir. They've locked the door.
This isn't fair. You can't do this. He doesn't even know where he is, you jerk.
Take a look at the Discovery Channel, sweetheart. This is what vultures do.
Oh, Peter. You're like a little broken bird lying there. I told you this would happen if you didn't stop all that Spider-Man silliness.
Aunt May? Is that you?
Of course it's me, sweetie. Who else would it be? Surprised to see me back after that whole kidnapping ordeal?
Yeah, sure. It's just... Oh, Aunt May. It's so good to see you again. But I don't understand. How did you get away from this guy? Who did it turn out to be?
Gosh, that doesn't matter anymore, Peter. He's in jail now with all the other naughty boys. And you can thank Captain America and the Avengers for putting him there. They got me out of that place without so much as a scratch, and promised us they're just a phone call away if you're ever in another tight spot like that again.
Really?
No, silly boy. This is just the midazolam the doctors prescribed, inducing mild hallucinations. The vulture's walking towards your bed even as we speak. Didn't you hear that little grunt from the nurse as he twisted her head all the way around?
Okay, Spider-Man. Let's get down to business here. No struggling, boy. It'll all be over soon. I'm not a sadistic man. This won't take any longer than it has to. All I want is a peek behind those bandages first, to see just who you were all these years.
Freeze! Or we blow you a new one, Vulture!
Go ahead and make my day, Dirty Harry.
Get your act together, Parker. Not feeling your feet is completely irrelevant. You've got to get up and protect these. Holy jeez, hold your fire, you idiot!
Oh god. I didn't mean to shoot him. I was aiming at... Oh my god.
Hit by a car, doped up on painkillers, and shot a couple times. You're not exactly having a good day, Spider-Man. But that's good, because I'm not having a good one either, and it's all down to you and that 20 million bucks of ours you scattered across the city. You know what I was gonna do with my share of that money? You know what I was gonna spend it on? My grandson, Spider-Man. That money was gonna pay for my grandson's leukemia treatment, you lousy little sleaze. Ah, stupid birds nearly took my eye out.
God!
Didn't know I had a family, huh? Well, neither did I until my daughter-in-law showed up at Rikers with the most beautiful baby boy you've ever seen in your life. She said her husband was doing time for armed robbery over in Delaware, and she wanted her boy to meet me before some super punk dropped a truck on me or something. Of course, I didn't believe a word until she showed me the pictures and the letters and the couple birthday cards I sent the boy's mother. Then it all came flooding back. I had a family, Spider-Man. Every week for 6 entire months they visited me in that dump. And when they let me out, I saw them twice a week. Do you have any idea how much harder that made it? Do you have any idea how bad I took it when they found that little kid's horrible damn lump? $500,000. That's what the doctor said. $500,000 and he might have a chance. 10 million on the other hand, that'd get him the best cancer treatment money could buy and set my little prince up for the rest of his life. That's why I wanted the money, Spider-Man. 10 million bucks? It's chicken feed to guys like Kingpin and the Owl. But it's the difference between living and dying for my little grandson. I'll get those stupid bandages off and you'll hear me.
My god. Did you just... Oh my god.
I don't believe this. All those friends of mine you put away. I just assumed you'd have to be somebody. But look at you. You're a nobody. You could be pumping gas or stacking shelves when you're not doing this. Jeez, this is depressing. All those years of getting beaten by a nobody.
What the hell? Felicia?
Lucky for you, the good guys got a TV too, Parker.
No.
No!
Got it! Stay straight, Parker. Focus on the brickwork. Just imagine how it's going to hurt if your head watermelons against that sidewalk down there.
Black Cat, there'll be a black mark on the side of that building by the time I'm done, you stupid skank.
My god!
What's the matter with you people? This guy touches you, he'll kill you! Get the hell under those tables!
Worry about yourself, honey.
You're joking, right? You're not exactly Dr. Doom.
You moron. This suit ups my strength by 500%. I could punch a hole in you while I'm wearing this.
That's why I'm taking it apart, Toons. Without the suit, you're just another old man in his 5-day-old underwear. Let's see how good you fly without a navigation system.
Got to stay straight. Blood's so damn slippery on this glass. But only another 10 or 15 feet and I'm home and dry.
Oh, Jesus. What are you doing working for a lunatic like the Owl, Felicia? I thought you went straight a while back. Aren't you some kind of private investigator now?
Yeah, but there's only so many cheating husbands and insurance frauds out there, Adrian. I don't mind hunting down the occasional piece of trash if it means a little extra pocket money. You any idea how much time I wasted looking for you idiots down in Florida?
Felicia, please, just listen to me for a second. This whole thing ain't as straightforward as it looks, honey. I was just trying to help my grandson out. Don't you get it? The boy's just been so damn sick, and that money, My cut of that money still would have gone towards his cancer treatment.
Stones the size of watermelons, Tombs. I'll give you that much, old man.
What? I'm serious.
Me too. Touch my ex again, and I'll kill you.
His eyes are reacting to the light, Mr. Owl. I think he is waking up.
About time too, Dr. Winkler. It'll be dusk again in a couple of hours. I don't want to waste such a beautiful night stuck in this dusty old dump. Please, don't even try to move Electro. The good doctor here has taken the precaution of a haloperidol shot to neutralize those nasty little shocks of yours.
What?
Sadly, the same compound neutralizes all your motor functions too, which is why we had to tie you to that chair, I'm afraid.
The ropes are the only thing keeping you up right now, Mr. Dillon. The only messages your brain can understand are pain signals.
Oh? Now, you be a brave boy, eh? Don't try to lie and pretend that you didn't steal my money, because you're only going to make things worse for yourself. Just admit what you did and take your punishment. You know I'm hardly going to kill a useful henchman as I rebuild my career from that daredevil fiasco.
Oh, please, it wasn't me! It was the Vulture, I swear! Just get me out of here, I'll even help you find the crooked old goat!
Like you were going to find my $20 million? I don't think so, Electro. No, never send a man to do a woman's job, eh, boys? The Black Cat already found Tombs and dropped him off with my associates this afternoon. She's been searching for you both down in Florida for a while, so I don't suppose she was in the best of moods when she caught up with your old partner in crime.
Oh, for God's sake!
Take the blanket off and show him what happens to someone who steals from the owl's nest, gentlemen.
Oh, God! Oh, Adrian! Oh, Jesus, God, no!
To wit to woo, Mr. Dillon. To wit to woo.
Crawl through the ashes, twisted steel beneath my knees, cut through the static. The battle cries calling, thick haze, quick fade. I'm ready, I'm ready. This flame won't wait. I'm ready. So I climb.
Jonah, I'd like you to meet Saul Fisher. Saul here is an orderly down at New York Methodist. He's gotten us a lot of great pictures these last couple of years. Tell us some of the pics you got for us, Saul.
I'm the guy that took that shot of Dazzler after her overdose, Mr. Jameson. And the Kingpin eating through a straw after Daredevil messed him up. That was one of mine, too.
Yeah, you're so great. How come I never heard of you, fatso?
Well, we couldn't run Saul's name without compromising his position at the hospital, Chief. But believe me, that's all about to change with this little snap.
Robertson, what have I told you about talking stuff up in front of the freelancers? Every adjective you use to describe this junk's another zero, I gotta add at the end of the... These pics for real?
As real as you and me, JJJ. Spider-Man without his mask and lying on a hospital gurney. What do you think?
I think that's one very familiar face.